Hello and welcome back to Alice Talks Football and welcome back to another live Manchester United news and transfer news update show. And some big news has come in, and not only coming, but big news is coming from a reliable source regarding the Frenkie De Jong transfer. I'm sure you've seen all over Twitter, unless you're living under a rock, but Richard Arnold and John Murtagh have been spotted in Barcelona. They are in Barcelona trying to get the deal done. The fact that both of them are there, highlights the fact how desperate Manchester United are going to get the deal done. But it also says that the deal is not dead. I think a lot of people were worrying that the De Jong deal was dead because obviously Sport came out with this article and they were like, yeah, De Jong's not happening, blah, blah, blah. Like Sport came out trying to say that De Jong had told United no and that it was bad luck and all of that. And if that article was true, then we wouldn't be in Barcelona getting this deal done. I think the fact that we know our representatives are in Barcelona, even if we don't get it done this week, tells us that the news about the deal being off and De Jong getting cold feet was wrong, because if that was the case, we wouldn't still be working on this deal. And I think it tells us everything we need to know that United is still in for De Jong. De Jong is still down to joining Manchester United and all of that. A lot of people saying, let's be honest, it's not happening. And look, I understand why people think this deal isn't happening. Look, it's Manchester United. We're used to disappointment. For me, this is the Sancho saga all over again. And, obviously that ended up with Sancho not happening. But I've always been confident from day dot that De Jong was happening. As soon as we kind of knew that Barcelona had to sell, as soon as we knew that Xavi had told De Jong he wasn't really in the plans, I was very confident that we would be getting Frenkie De Jong. And I understand why people don't think it will happen, because it is Manchester United. But I've always said this, we've been working on this deal for over 8 weeks now. I think Thursday will be 9 weeks since we've been starting working on this deal. It's been a target for multiple weeks, but it was 9 weeks ago when Romero came out and said, look, this deal's 95% going to happen. We also know in those 9 weeks, Barcelona have told Frenkie De Jong is not wanted. Barcelona owes Frenkie De Jong money. But also Erik ten Hag's been in regular contact with Frenkie De Jong. And, for 9 weeks to have regular contact with Ten Hag, if he wasn't going to come, I think Ten Hag would have dropped it. I think United would have dropped it and looked at other targets. He's the only midfielder we've been strongly linked to. And we've been working on him, and we've been throwing all our eggs in one basket with Frenkie De Jong because we know he's going to come. I know Man United are idiots in the transfer window. I know we're stupid, but I don't think we're stupid enough to spend all our money and all our time working on a deal for a player that might not want to come and throwing all our eggs in one basket. We don't know what the phone calls have been between De Jong and Ten Hag, but I can tell you this, that the phone calls between De Jong and Ten Hag have come along the lines of De Jong probably telling Ten Hag he's open to coming. Fabrizio Romano said today De Jong loves Barcelona. It's not that De Jong doesn't want to come to United, it's that De Jong loves Barcelona and all of that as well. But big up everybody in the chat. Please do smash that like button. Please do subscribe down below to Alice Talks Football if you're new. And of course, share the video. I do want to get into the De Jong situation and all of that. Frenkie De Jong, here we go. Maybe this week. Arnold and Murtagh meeting De Jong tonight. Apparently, Arnold and Murtagh are going to dinner with Frenkie De Jong tonight. And I just think, guys, I know a lot of people still don't believe this deal is going to happen. And I ain't a journalist. I don't know anything that you guys don't know. But I'm very confident this deal can happen. And I have been very confident, even with the news 2 days ago that De Jong wasn't coming. What did I say? I said it's happening. I said it's happening. I'm very confident De Jong's going to end up at United. And this is why. The only way De Jong stays at Barcelona is if he literally is a mug. If he prioritises Barcelona over wages. If De Jong stays at Barcelona, he loses 18 million pounds. He has to take a third wage cut. But also, he has to see his team spend loads of money on new signings for him to be fourth choice and take a wage cut. Xavi said to De Jong, yeah, like, you're my fourth choice midfielder. Busquets, Pedri, Gavi, all ahead of him. De Jong's not in the plan, because you've also got to remember, Fabrizio Romano said today, no one knows where the Raphinha money is coming from. No one knows how Barcelona are able to afford Raphinha. Have you noticed the week that Barcelona get this Raphinha done, kind of wrapped up and pretty much done, they're like contacting United, like, come over, let's get this done. The Frenkie De Jong money is going on Raphinha. And, Barcelona need the Frenkie De Jong money. You see the Barcelona president coming out saying De Jong's not for sale, blah, 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 blah. Barcelona are desperate to sell De Jong because they need that money. Like, they desperately need that money. And the fact that, Gerard Romero even said this, the first time that John Murtagh was in Barcelona was the day after Laporta come out and said that, there wasn't a deal on, they're not selling De Jong. He's saying that as a front. He's saying as a front they're not selling Frenkie De Jong. He's saying that as a front. But behind the scenes, Barcelona talking to United. They're desperate to get rid of De Jong. Barcelona are saying all of this, yeah, he can stay if he takes a pay cut and all of that. they're desperate to get rid of De Jong because De Jong's going to fund a lot of things for them. They need that money for De Jong. Xavi's told De Jong, you know what, you're not wanted. Barcelona told De Jong, you know what, you're not wanted. He's owed 17 million in wages, which is actually something that's holding up the deal. He's obviously returned to Barcelona. He's obviously returned to Barcelona training. But Barcelona don't even care that De Jong is going out for dinner with Richard Arnold and John Murtagh in Barcelona tonight. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, if someone, I don't know, if let's think, who's in the board? If Bruno Fernandes went out for dinner with the Man City sporting directors, we'd be absolutely losing it. Man United would be absolutely losing it. I mean, even if someone like, I don't know, Maguire went out for dinner with bloody Arsenal sporting director, we're thinking, what is going on here? What is going on here? You know, if Barcelona didn't want to sell De Jong, they wouldn't be letting Murtagh and Arnold come to Barcelona. They wouldn't be letting them go out for dinner with De Jong and all of that and chatting it up and all of that. And it's just like, yeah. Gerard Romero said today it will now be seen if De Jong will have dinner with Arnold and Murtagh tonight. Exactly. And De Jong and Martinez needed in the pivot at your club. I agree. I'd like to see them in the pivot as well. I'd keep quiet about my intentions if I had 17 million wages still on the table, says Rob. I agree. I mean, De Jong hasn't said much. De Jong himself hasn't said much, and I don't blame him as well. Frenkie De Jong has to say the least disrespect. I don't think Frenkie De Jong has an issue with Manchester United. And I don't think Frenkie De Jong has anything against Manchester United. I think like the whole thing is he's owed 17 million by Barcelona. And also he never wanted to leave Barcelona. It's his childhood club. But I think Frenkie De Jong is more than happy and more than open to joining Manchester United now. You know, the way Frenkie De Jong's looking at things is, you know, he's literally been told by Barcelona he's not wanted. Obviously, our goalkeeper target has come to Brentford, which is sort of news coming in. We will talk about Maguire being captain and all that. Let me know what the audio and video quality is like, by the way, if you are watching. But we will talk about the Maguire news, Maguire being captain. We will talk about the Martinez news. But I do want to get into the De Jong situation, everything that's been said by Gerard Romero. But as I said, guys, I'm still 95% sure De Jong will happen. And I think it could happen this week. Gerard Romero basically said, and he's obviously a top-tier journalist, he's spotting about everything when it comes to Barcelona. This guy's got so many sources in Barcelona. It's madness. But he said, you know, Richard Arnold, John Murtagh in United today, he said that this deal could be finalised by the end of the week. Barcelona want to know what's happening with De Jong by the end of the week. So it came out earlier today by Gerard Romero saying basically, where is it? So it came out earlier by Gerard Romero saying Frenkie De Jong to Manchester United is very, very hot. That's what Romero said. He said the deal was very, very hot. And then it later came out and it was confirmed that Richard Arnold and John Murtagh were at FC Barcelona's offices today. The fact that Murtagh and Arnold were both at Barcelona's offices today tells us everything we need to know, that the deal is still on. Barcelona, despite what Laporta said that De Jong's not for sale, are still more than open to selling De Jong, blah, 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 blah. Obviously, it was said Man United are in Barcelona and Richard Arnold and Murtagh met with Rafa, Yuste and Jordi Cruyff, so all sort of the financial people at Barcelona. The fact that Richard Arnold's there, because Richard Arnold's job is all about the finances. Murtagh does the business, Arnold does the finances. The fact that Richard Arnold was there shows that this meeting was to sum up a financial deal for De Jong. You know, we'd obviously got a baseline agreement of 65 million euros, and then we were working on how we're going to do 20 million add-ons. The fact that Arnold's here, it's obviously about finances and how the deal was going to be done. He's also said that obviously from Gerard Romero that Manchester United have made their intentions very clear. They want Frenkie De Jong, yes or yes. They literally want Frenkie De Jong. They couldn't make it any more clear. And Gerard Romero said this is actually the second time the United management have visited Barcelona. They were also in the city last week, just the day after Barcelona said publicly that De Jong was not for sale, which obviously, again, proves that Barcelona were lying and Barcelona is full of lying and all of that as well. It also came out from the news that basically Barcelona want to resolve the Frenkie De Jong situation this week. Now, this is why I think Frenkie De Jong to United will happen this week. And people might call me deluded because they're saying, let's look, for the last 6 weeks, we've all thought Frenkie De Jong was going to happen. And then we get bad news, then we get good news, then we get bad news, and we get good news. And I guarantee most of you don't want me to talk about Frenkie De Jong for much longer because the whole situation is dragging out. But this is generally why I believe this week here, this next 7 days, the Frenkie De Jong situation will be over and done. Because Frenkie De Jong's returned to training at Barcelona. Barcelona don't need him at training. He's not in their plans. But also, Barcelona have just got that deal done for RAPHINA, Romano said not even the agents know how Barcelona are funding this Raphinha deal. Of course, they're going to try and activate that second lever, but what's really going to fund the Raphinha deal? What's really funding, the Lewandowski, the Bernardo Silva deal? How can Barcelona do that when we're in so much in debt? Because they're expecting to get 70 million from De Jong. The reason that Barcelona desperately want this situation resolved this week is because this week they have got Raphinha and they have no way of paying for him unless they sell De Jong. Barcelona might say in public, no, we need to keep De Jong. De Jong's not going anywhere. De Jong, we know, Romano said Frenkie De Jong is very unlikely to take a wage cut. Okay, I don't even think Barcelona want Frenkie De Jong to take a wage cut. I think Barcelona want the 70 million fee for Frenkie De Jong. So Barcelona will say that they don't want to sell De Jong publicly. Of course, they're going to say that. But privately, Barcelona are desperate to get rid of De Jong. De Jong is not wanted. The only way he says if he can take a wage cut, considering he's taken 2 wage cuts, he's earned 17 million in wages, and the club have told him he's not a guaranteed starter, he's not wanted. Why would you stay when you could go to Manchester United, make 400k a week, guaranteed starter, wanted, loved by everyone, to be the main man? It doesn't make sense. De Jong has told Ten Hag privately on phone calls he's open to joining Man United. De Jong is open to joining Manchester United. The stories that he's not are not true. De Jong has had phone calls with Ten Hag, and he gave Ten Hag the green light that if he has to leave Barcelona, he will come to United. It was reported that De Jong will only leave Barcelona for Manchester United because Ten Hag and his relationship with Ten Hag, and he believes in Ten Hag. So despite reports that De Jong doesn't want to come, that, reportedly from reliable journalists, they've said that De Jong's had good positive conversations with Ten Hag, and he's open to joining. But of course, he loves Barcelona. His heart's always been at Barcelona, but he's realised Barcelona don't want him. They have to sell him, and he will move on. So I believe that Frenkie De Jong deal will be done this week because Barcelona have obviously got Raphinha. They need to sort out their finances. They need that money for De Jong. Barcelona are pushing to sell De Jong this week, and Barcelona, believe it or not, have been the ones holding up this Frenkie De Jong deal for the last 2 weeks. It has been Barcelona's fault. For some time being, it was United's fault taking too long to make a bid and all of that. But these last few weeks, the reason the deal's been going too strong, the reason the deal has been going so slow is because of Barcelona been holding up the deal. But now Barcelona are ready to sell De Jong. Barcelona, a lot of people don't realise this, but Barcelona have been holding up the whole transfer market. I tell you this now, because once Barcelona get the money for De Jong, they can get Raphinha done, they can do Lewandowski, they can do Bernardo Silva. Maybe the only negative about De Jong is, once we get De Jong, does that open the door for Bayern Munich to get Ronaldo? Because Bayern Munich actually, in this obviously turned down Ronaldo at first, and Romano said that Ronaldo's agent is going to go back to Bayern Munich. Because let's think, the money, once we sell De Jong, Barcelona are going to go for Lewandowski. Once Barcelona get Lewandowski, and if they get Lewandowski, that opens the door for Bayern to get Ronaldo. But people don't realise Barcelona holding up the transfer market. As soon as this De Jong deal is done, everything's going to be moving. So many deals are going to be moving. And yes, De Jong is open to coming to Manchester United. Fabrizio Romano said today it's not that De Jong doesn't want to come to United, it's that obviously his childhood club was Barcelona. Barcelona want to sell. The fact that Barcelona are having multiple meetings in Barcelona with Arnold and Murtagh and Man United's representatives, that gives us a hint that obviously something's going on. The fact that Barcelona are letting Frenkie De Jong go out for meals and speak to our manager every single day. If you want to keep a player, you do not let them go out for meals with other clubs' representatives. You do not let them have a phone call every single day with Ten Hag. If you want to keep a player, it's so obvious Barcelona are desperate to sell De Jong. They're like, yeah, you go speak to Ten Hag every day. Yeah, you go out for a meal with Murtagh. You go meet Manchester United. Barcelona don't care what De Jong does. And the fact that he's come back to train and like, oh shit, we don't want this player in training. Xavi's told De Jong that he's not wanted, and that was reported, I think, by GERARD Romero. Barcelona told De Jong he's not in the plans. Barcelona aren't going to go say publicly we don't want De Jong in case something happens and they got De Jong next season. But they don't want De Jong. They want to sell him, and they want to sell him this week. Even though they're probably activating that second lever this week, they want to sell him this week because they want Raphinha, they want Lewandowski, and all their business is sort of being held up by the fact that they haven't got rid of De Jong. And De Jong, he doesn't. I'm being honest, De Jong loves Barcelona. Of course, De Jong would want to stay at Barcelona, but he doesn't want to take a wage cut. And if De Jong stays at Barcelona, and I've said this 100 million gazillion times, he is an absolute mug. De Jong would be. I don't think it will be a done deal tonight, but some people are expecting that something could be done tonight in this meeting. But if De Jong stays, he's an absolute mug because he's been told he's not wanted. He's been told he's got to take a wage cut. He's owed 17 million in wages. Unless De Jong really loves Barcelona stupid amounts that he doesn't care about his pride or his money, There's no way De Jong ends up at Barcelona. Guys, please do hit that like button if you haven't already, and of course subscribe down below to Alice Talks Football if you're new. If you want to stay up to date with all the latest Manchester United news and transfer news, please do subscribe. We've got big news on Frenkie De Jong coming in, and that is that apparently MURTOUGH and Arnold are off to meet Frenkie De Jong and go for dinner with him, which could be finalising personal terms. You know, Manchester United in Barcelona to meet De Jong himself. Could this be a meeting about personal terms? Because let's be honest, one second, let me take a sip of water. As I'm going to say, let's be honest, we've obviously gone to Barcelona today, and the fact that Arnold has gone to Barcelona with MURTOUGH shows it's about agreeing a fee, it's about agreeing a price. We know that Manchester United have agreed the base fee of 65 million. They haven't agreed how the add-ons will be done. So Arnold's probably gone with MURTOUGH to finalise that with Barcelona today or this week. Barcelona want it done this week because they've just got RAPHINA, they need the money. Now, I think United could potentially, there's reports that Man United is meeting Frenkie De Jong tonight. There's reports that they're going for dinner. This could be Manchester United's approach at maybe trying to get some personal terms done with Frenkie De Jong. You know, reportedly, and I said this the other day, you know, the day we got told that apparently Frenkie De Jong had said no to Man United by Sport, we also got told that Frenkie De Jong had said to Ten Hag on the phone that he'd like to come. So, you know, as I said, the reports conflict, but I think this meeting with Frenkie De Jong that could be going on right now as we speak, you never know, it could be about personal terms. So I don't think we'll get a done deal today. The fact that Eriksen's are free and it's not a done deal, blah, 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 blah. But I think we could see something about personal terms. Barca have no choice but to put Frenkie what is owned, and they can renegotiate. It's a contract. Barca can't pay him the owed wages. Literally, basically, the thing that's holding up the deal reportedly is Barcelona not paying Frenkie De Jong the paid wages that he's owed. You're bored of the Frenkie De Jong deal, and I don't blame you as well. And Richard Arnold and John MURTOUGH moved like a snail. I mean, honestly, the fact that we've spent so long in this deal is crazy. But it's not even Manchester United's fault. Harry Maguire to be captain again. Let me know your thoughts on that in the chat. We will address that in a second as well. But Barca can pay De Jong's wages. They can, but they won't. Barca actually can pay De Jong's wages, but they'd rather not. They'd rather spend it on other people. Or guess what's just come out now? Guess what's come out now from a top journalist? This is some breaking news. This is some breaking news here. Let me get this up, guys. Let me get this up here. Let me get this up here quickly. We just got some big news that's just come out. Click on me. I'm going to show you guys before I read it out. Okay. Frenkie De Jong is interested in talking to Manchester United. Hurst Class, Paul Hurst, reliable journalist, has just come out a minute ago and confirmed that De Jong is interested in talking to us. So all those reports 2 days ago that De Jong had said no to Manchester United and De Jong wasn't interested in Manchester United and all of that, and now you get tier 1 journalists, really good journalists, good journalists saying Frenkie De Jong is interested in talking to United. So basically, the whole report about Frenkie De Jong not wanting to come to Manchester United is obviously not true. As I said, it wasn't true 2 days ago. Frenkie De Jong has told Ten Hag he is open to joining. He told him that weeks ago. United is still working on this deal because behind their scenes they know De Jong is interested. De Jong is interested in talking to Manchester United because he's leaving Barcelona and he knows he's United bound. So this report from Paul Hurst, that is him confirming De Jong is open to joining Man United. Man United want De Jong. Barcelona want to get rid of De Jong, and De Jong is open to joining Manchester United. And this is why I'm so confident it will happen. It also says at the bottom, De Jong is owed wages in deferred during the pandemic and wants to receive it before discussing terms for United. So again, Paul Hurst, a top journalist, has said the reason the De Jong deal has been stalling and the reason De Jong hasn't agreed personal terms with United is because Barcelona owe him money. The fact that this deal has been going on for so long is not because De Jong doesn't want to come. It's because Barcelona owe De Jong £17 million and he is fed up. So today we've got the news in that De Jong is interested in joining to Manchester United. The news that De Jong doesn't want to come to United is not true. And actually the only reason he's not agreed personal terms with us is because he wants his money. So today Paul Hurst has literally confirmed that. Barcelona want to get rid of De Jong. De Jong wants to come. He's annoyed at Barcelona because they owe him money. The reason why De Jong hasn't agreed personal terms with United isn't because he doesn't want to come. He's interested in talking to United. He's interested in joining. He's absolutely fed up with Barcelona, and it's about the money Barcelona owe him. as well. So that is what's coming in. And I think that is massive, massive news regarding Frenkie De Jong to Manchester United. I think, the fact that, we've got a top tier journalist saying that obviously he's interested in coming on, all of that. And it literally is Barcelona holding up the deal. Barcelona know they have to pay De Jong his wages. And De Jong ain't stupid. He's thinking they're spending 65 million on RAPHINA. They're going to go and spend, I don't know, another 40, 50 million to get Lewandowski, maybe 70, 60 million on Bernardo Silva. And De Jong's sitting there going, but they can't pay me my wages. And De Jong's annoyed. And the fact that we know is De Jong's agent has no relationship with Barcelona anymore. And I think Barcelona, legally they will have to pay De Jong his wages. And I think they will have to sort something out this week. But I think the fact that, De Jong's interested in talking to United again, it just confirms that De Jong wants to come to United. Like, the fact that he said De Jong is interested, De Jong is open to joining. He loves Barcelona, but he's fed up with Barcelona and all of that as well. He will go to Chelsea. I don't think he will. I think Chelsea are interested, but I think he's been talking to Erik ten Hag for way too long. He didn't want to leave Barcelona in the first place. I know he likes the Champions League, but all Chelsea have over us is the Champions League. But he's been speaking to Erik ten Hag for 8-9 weeks. He knows that he's Erik ten Hag's sort of main man. He knows he's Erik ten Hag's main transfer, and he obviously has a good relationship with Erik ten Hag. I mean, the only reason De Jong's even considering us is because of Erik ten Hag. The only reason De Jong's even considering leaving Barcelona is because of his relationship with Erik ten Hag, and because Erik ten Hag is basically the manager that made Frenkie De Jong, who's now our manager as well. Barcelona will sell De Jong for 80 million to United tonight. I don't think it will happen tonight, but I think it will happen this week, and I'm pretty confident of it. And that's what I've been saying. De Jong's always wanted to join Man United, says Ray. And Ray, that's what I've always been saying as well. But you know what? I understand why people think that De Jong isn't going to happen, and I understand why people think De Jong doesn't want to come, and I understand why they believe that, because United obviously awful in the transfer market. But I think, as time moves on, it's looking more and more likely that De Jong will happen. 2 days ago, we had loads of people in the chat going, Alice, you're deluded, De Jong's off, it's off, he doesn't want to come and all of that. And 2 days later, we have the reliable Paul Hurst, as Nick said, basically reporting that De Jong wants to talk with Manchester United, and that is crazy. Rob mentioned that Varane wasn't in training. Varane and his fucking injuries are driving me insane. Another reason to get the Martinez deal over the line. Hurry up on this Martinez deal. I will talk about Martinez to United because he's pushing for this move. And this is the funny thing. We could generally, now I say this because this probably won't happen because it's too good to be true, but we could get De Jong and Martinez wrapped up in the next week, and it goes from a shit transfer window to a good transfer window once you have those two signings over the line. Guys, please do hit that like button if you have not already, and of course subscribe down below to Alice Talks Football if you're new. If you do want to stay up to date with all the latest Manchester United news, transfer news, updates and more, make sure you subscribe. Maguire is also injured. Maguire and Varane are injured. Frenkie De Jong always wanted to stay at Barca. He's only coming because he's being pushed out. Let's not pretend he's overly keen. You make a solid point in there, Andrew. It's not that, basically De Jong wants to come to United because he can't stay at Barcelona. But we know that Barcelona's always been his first choice, but he knows he can't, and if he stays at Barcelona, he's an absolute mug. But I understand why people are doubting the De Jong deal. I understand why people think this deal isn't going to happen. Look, I'm 95% sure that this deal is going to happen, and I'm 95% on De Jong, and I've been deludedly positive about De Jong to United. I've been saying every day for 9 weeks I believe De Jong's going to happen, and De Jong might not happen, and I will be surprised if De Jong doesn't happen. Because it's United and we're used to effing things up. But I'm very confident it's going to happen. Ajax want too much money, says Scott. Ajax want way too much money for Martinez. And we will get into that. Darwin Núñez got injured in Liverpool training as well. A lot of people getting injured. We've got no Maguire. We've got no Varane out with injuries. Guys, I will be doing a watch on for tomorrow's match, by the way. I will be live tomorrow for Manchester United versus Liverpool. I will be doing a watch along and a match reaction for Ten Hag's first pre-season game. So do make sure you're subscribed if you want to join in my match reaction and watch along for Ten Hag's first pre-season games. If Barca weren't so keen to sell, he'd stay at Barca, of course. Barcelona will say De Jong's not for sale, but Barcelona are desperate to get rid of De Jong. Barcelona have told De Jong he's not wanted, and Barcelona are trying to make De Jong take another wage cut after owing him 70 million in wages. De Jong loves Barcelona, but he's pissed off at Barcelona. What's slowing down this deal is Barcelona owe De Jong £17 million. De Jong is interested in talking to United. De Jong wants to talk to Manchester United. Blah, 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 blah. Man United representatives in Barcelona trying to get this deal done. United have agreed a £65 million base fee with Barcelona. United are in Barcelona to agree the structure of the deal, the add-ons and the overall fee, and that's what United are aiming to do this week. Tier 1 journalists are saying that's what Barcelona are aiming to do this week. And obviously, Frenkie De Jong, blah, 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 he's now interested in talking to United. And, you know, it's all going our way. It's all looking positive. We've had a lot of negatives, but it is all looking positive as well. Paul Hurst said that there's a lot of reports coming out about Rashford, who said that he looks really good in Carrington and really focused. I don't know if you've seen the videos that have been leaked of training and all of that, but obviously I might do a video tomorrow. Well, I'm doing a live stream tomorrow for United Liverpool, but I might do a video this week about the pre-season training and actually Ten Hag's lineup for tomorrow. Also, guys, actually, we play Liverpool tomorrow, watch along. There's reports about Ten Hag's lineup being Martial obviously he's going to do one lineup for the first half, one lineup for the second half. That's what Ten Hag will do in pre-season. But reportedly, Ten Hag's been trying out this lineup of Martial as striker, Rashford on the left, Sancho on the right, Bruno as the 10, Fred and Donny in the pivot, and Malacia and Delo as the fullbacks. And obviously he doesn't have his centre-backs and goalie, but reportedly the core to Ten Hag's squad seems to be Donny and Fred in the pivot, Bruno, Rashford, Sancho, Martial. And we've all wanted to see a front three of Rashford, Sancho, Martial. And I will say this, Martial looks very happy. Martial's smiling on tour, and Martial and Ten Hag seem to be getting along. And there were reports that United were open to selling Martial, but Ronaldo wanted to go. I think Martial would be quite happy staying at United if he knows he's the main man. I've always said with Martial, if he's the main man, if he knows he's the main man and he's feeling confident, he can ball out. And I have a feeling Anthony Martial could have a very, very good season next year under Ten Hag. I really, really do. I'm going to say that now. But obviously, reportedly, we play Liverpool tomorrow. Ten Hag will be trying some new things out. But it seems that Rashford, Martial and Sancho will be the front three of next season. Ten Hag did say Ronaldo's missing tour because of, personal reasons. He's not being unprofessional or anything. And we will have to wait and see what happens with Ronaldo. But I will say, I will be doing a watch-along tomorrow. Thank you very much for the super chat, Alex. How is your holiday going? Finding time to relax. Holiday is going well. Finding time to relax. Yesterday was pretty relaxing, but so much has happened about Manchester United today, hasn't it, as well? Frenkie De Jong is a top player that is being delayed is one thing. The lack of other business is much more concerning, taking weeks to even sign Eriksen on a free. And I do want to get into the other business. I know we've spoken about De Jong as well. Rob says Eriksen to have a medical this week and possibly join up in Australia as well. So, yeah, we've been working with Eriksen for a week. Eriksen will happen, but United taking their sweet time, contracts, lawyers. I know that Eriksen medical is more difficult and all of that. Signing De Jong, obviously bound to happen. But obviously, look, a good transfer window for me is De Jong, Eriksen, Malacia and Martinez. But we also need a right back and an attacker. We still need an attacker and a right back because if we lose Ronaldo, we're going in with a front three of Rashford, Martial and Sancho, which is brilliant. Rashford, Martial and Sancho is a brilliant front three when they're all on form. And people will laugh. If we get 19-20 Rashford, 19-20 Martial and Sancho at his best, that is a brilliant front three. If none of them are in form, then it's fucking awful. And none of them were that good last season. Let's be honest. But United need depth in that attack. Whether, if Ronaldo leaves, especially, we need depth because our depth is Elanga. Our depth is Garnacho, Ahmad, and Pellistri. And I like all those players. I actually do want to see some of those players involved in the Ten Hag. But, you look at Liverpool depth and it's Luis Diaz, and ours is, Elanga. You look at Man City's depth. And to be fair, they don't have as much as they used to because they got rid of Gabriel, Jesus, and Sterling, who I think City are going to miss out on. But they've obviously got fucking Haaland in. So, but you know what I mean? We need that depth and attack. And I think while this window, if we do get De Jong done this week, and it seems that De Jong could be done this week, brilliant. And we do get Martinez done in the next week, brilliant. But we need an attacker, but we also need a right back, but we also need a DM. And obviously we're not going to get those three positions, but I think ideally with Martinez being able to play DM, if we can get another attacker in for depth and a right back, we'll be looking at a lot better. He's been trying Ethan Laird at right back. Ethan Laird has gone on tour, and I think Ethan Laird on tour is a good one because I'm actually quite happy. Obviously, I'm not happy with the tour squad and the fact that, it looks weak and there's no new signings, but I'm very happy with the youth players that Erik ten Hag has picked for tour. I think Ethan Laird is going to offer Delo and Wan-Bissaka competition at right back, which is a position definitely up for grabs. And if I was Ethan Laird and if he can stay fit, I think he could have a future. Obviously, Garnacho going on tour. He's obviously balling out. You've got Mejbri obviously balling out. You've got Garner with, that CDM slot. If Martinez is coming in to play centre-back, very much up for grabs. And also that right wing spot, Rashford, Sancho, Martial, they're bound to get injured. If you're Ahmad, if you're Pellistri, that right wing spot is absolutely up for grabs as well. Hurst Class has said it was a signal from Manchester United that they're still intent on signing De Jong despite difficulties linked to the fact that Barcelona owns 17 million, which has caused a problem in negotiations. If you're just joining and you want to know the De Jong situation, De Jong is meeting Manchester United tonight De Jong is open to joining Manchester United. He's interested in joining Manchester United, and Barcelona want the De Jong deal done this week. Barcelona want to get rid of De Jong this week. De Jong wants to come now. Barcelona want to get rid of him this week. Man United are desperate for De Jong. The thing that's, and you think, okay, United want De Jong. De Jong now wants United, and Barcelona are desperate to get rid of De Jong. What's happening? Why isn't this deal happening yet? And that is because the money Barcelona owe De Jong is holding up the deal, and that is sort of what's delaying the deal, and that's what's been coming out for you guys wondering and all of that as well. We will talk about Maguire captain. Sancho has been spotted as a right winger in training, and Rashford on the left. Anthony, I like Anthony, but he's not worth more than £50 million. The fact that he, Sterling and Raphinha are better players than Anthony, and they've gone for less than 70 million. And Anthony's, reportedly 70 million. I love Anthony. I think he's a brilliant player, but he's too expensive. Did you catch the press conference Eric held today? I did. I will talk about the press conference in just a second, but I did catch that. Look, Maguire captain. We will get into that. We will. Andrew just said Ethan Laird is a dynamic attacking fullback. I could see him in Ten Hag's plans. Exactly. Ethan Laird, Garner, Ahmed, and Pellistri. I think their positions are all up for grabs. Right now, CDM to play next to De Jong is very much up for grabs. Right winger, very much up for grabs. And right back, very much up for grabs. So if I'm one of those young players, I'd be looking at it. We've obviously been linked to Dan Juma as well. And all of that. People saying 2-2 and 2-1 United. What are you on about? United aren't playing. I'm so confused. What? Oh, score predictions for tomorrow. Sorry, I thought we were playing tonight. Yes, we do play Liverpool tomorrow. You know what? Okay, am I deluded for thinking we won't lose? Because you know what? It's pre-season. Liverpool, always iffy in pre-season. United have got a new manager to impress. It's pre-season, so there's no pressure on the United players. Yeah, but they've got a new manager to impress. The mood is good at United, and Liverpool, they're never that good on pre-season, Liverpool. So I have a weird feeling that United are going to beat Liverpool tomorrow 2-1. I really, really do. Now, people will call me crazy. People call me deluded. We lost 9-0 to them on aggregate. But it's a new season. It's pre-season. There's no pressure. There's no nerves to get to the players. It's just about impressing a new manager. And I will be doing a watch-along for tomorrow's game, but I actually think we're going to win the game as well. I want to get into the news that's coming in as well. So this is big news sort of coming in. So let me get into this. Richard Arnold and John Murtagh flew out to Barcelona to kickstart Man United's bid to sign Frenkie De Jong, and they spoke with a delegation from Barcelona, including the director of football of Barcelona being there at a restaurant in the Catalan capital on Monday. It was a signal that Man United are still intent on signing the players, blah, 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 blah. But it said that basically Barcelona and Manchester United have already agreed an outline of the deal worth 55 million up front and another 70 million in add-ons for Frenkie De Jong. So apparently, Man United have agreed to pay 55 million pounds up front and 70 million in add-ons. I think the 70 million in add-ons could be going right to Frenkie De Jong, if I'm being honest, because it's just come out now that we've agreed to pay 70 million add-ons. Now, we know that we've already agreed to pay 55 million pounds, but the fact that he's saying we've agreed to pay 70 million in add-ons, maybe Manchester United are getting around this. Maybe Man United are getting around this deal. As I'm just going to quickly, I know I'm repeating myself, I'm going to quickly go over everything for people joining. De Jong is now interested in joining United. United are now in the capital. It's not the capital. United are now in Barcelona talking to Barcelona. Blah, blah, blah. We've been told today by Paul Hurst the reason the De Jong deal isn't done and the reason De Jong isn't signed personal terms with United is because he wants his money from Barcelona. Man United have agreed a base fee with Frenkie De Jong of £55 million. That is done. Man United are now in talks with Barcelona to get that add-on agreement done. Reports are saying that the add-on agreement could be agreed at £17 million. If that add-on agreement is agreed at £17 million, maybe it is that we give Barcelona £55 million and that £17 million in add-ons is just Frenkie De Jong's wages that he never got. So maybe the situation is the add-ons will be Frenkie De Jong's wages. And if we pay Frenkie De Jong's wages, he will come. The thing that's holding up the Frenkie De Jong deal is not that he doesn't want to come. He doesn't want to leave Barcelona. The thing that's holding up the deal now, and the reason that the Frenkie De Jong deal is not done yet, and the reason De Jong hasn't agreed personal terms is because he's waiting for his wages. And if the 17 million in add-ons that United are giving to Barcelona is to cover Frenkie De Jong's wages, then De Jong will go and agree personal terms with Manchester United. So it's looking very, very positive. De Jong now interested in joining Manchester United. Manchester United are now going to maybe give De Jong his wages. I don't know. But guys, Smash a like on the video if you have not already. Subscribe down below if you're new, and share this video as well. Look, massive news coming out about De Jong. Massive news. We're obviously trying to get this deal wrapped up this week. The deal reportedly could be done this week for De Jong. Look, it's Man United. We're a failure. We're miserable. We're rubbish at doing transfers. But Barcelona want the deal done. Man United want the deal done. And Frenkie De Jong, if he gets to 17 million in wages, reportedly will agree personal terms to join Manchester United as well. So yeah, please do smash that like button. Please do subscribe, because if you're new, I will be live tomorrow with a watch along for Manchester United versus Liverpool, and I will be doing a match reaction. If you're unable to watch Manchester United's pre-season game versus Liverpool tomorrow, do not worry, because I will do a short video reviewing the game, telling you guys who's looking good under Ten Hag, who's looking bad under Ten Hag. I will do a post-match reaction to our pre-season game tomorrow, so make sure you subscribe for that, because I will do a review on who's good and who's bad under Ten Hag tomorrow. Frenkie De Jong very possibly nearly done as well. Yeah, all that's going to happen for Frenkie De Jong to be done is United agree the structure of add-ons with Barcelona, which is being reported that is what we're doing today, and that De Jong agrees personal terms. The only problem is De Jong hasn't agreed personal terms because he's waiting on Barcelona as well. So look, I think the De Jong deal's going to happen. I'm confident the De Jong deal's going to happen. And I have a feeling the De Jong deal's going to happen this week. But Manchester United are slow. Eriksen still hasn't happened this week, and we signed him a week ago, and he was a 3. So you never know, but I am very, very confident as well. If we get De Jong to 70 to 75 million in total, then I hope we move for Kante. I mean, we have been linked to Kante, but I don't think it will happen. More business needs to be done ASAP, weeks into pre-season and into the tour now, says Andrew. Exactly. Get Eriksen, De Jong and Martinez wrapped up this week so they can come and join the second part of the deal and focus on Anthony, focus on a striker, focus on a right back. You know, we want De Jong, Martinez, a right back, and Anthony. That's what we want to do. I don't think we will get Anthony. I think he's massively overpriced, but that is United's goal, and that's what they want to do as well. Imagine if it breaks down after all this. There will be a rant video. I believe De Jong will happen. I have deluded confidence that De Jong will happen, and I'm going to be like that until I know it's not happening. Unless Romano, Ornstein, or Laurie Whitwell said it's not happening, I believe De Jong will happen. If it doesn't happen, there'll be a rant. And if you want to see me break down, cry and rant, like the video. But I'm very confident it's going to happen. But I am just an idiot. Like, I thought we were going to get Sancho the first time around, and we didn't. And I understand why people don't think they will. All present Barcelona players don't trust the club. They owe De Jong so much money and wages. It's an absolute joke. Get Sangare, Lema, Anthony, Sandro Martinez, Dumfries in for next season. All good signings as well. Lissandra seems all overpriced for 60 million. Get Pau Torres, less messing around. Look, the thing is, I think we can get Lissandra Martinez for £43 million. We've offered, Ajax said to us, okay, if you want Lissandra Martinez, you've got to pay £43 million. So we went and paid £43 million, which is how much Ajax wanted. And then they went, no, we want £52 million now. And they said no. And Martinez is pissed off at Ajax. Martinez is going to start pushing for the move. And I think that Ajax are going to probably have to sell Martinez if he's pushing for the move and getting annoyed with them. Because I think €50 million is very reasonable price. And I think Ajax are holding out to see if Arsenal bid more. I do think we'll get Martinez. And I do not think we'll have to up our bid. I think Martinez and what we're being told is going to push for the deal. I wouldn't pay €60 million for Martinez. I'd pay €50 million because that's £43 million for Martinez. I wouldn't play anymore. We've now got to rely on Martinez pushing for the deal. And as Rob said, it seems that Martinez is sort of pushing for that deal to be done. And he can play the DM role. One of the reasons I'm a massive fan of Martinez, and one of the main reasons I want Martinez at United, is purely because I know Lissandro Martinez can play that DM role. Guys, we are 20 subscribers away from 41.1k. So if you are not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe, because tomorrow at midday, I will be live for a Manchester United versus Liverpool watch-along. Ten Hag's first game, pre-season watch-along tomorrow. So make sure you're subscribed for that. And if you're unable to watch the pre-season games, do not worry, because I will be doing a review on all the pre-season games, telling you who looks good under Ten Hag, telling you who looks shite under Ten Hag, telling you my thoughts on the pre-season games, telling you what I think we're doing, and all of that if you do not want to miss out. So we're 20 subscribers away from that target, so please do subscribe, especially because this week seems to be the week that Manchester United are finally going to get that Frenkie De Jong deal done. And if you want to stay up to date on all the latest of Frenkie De Jong to Manchester United, please do subscribe, because, you know, we're getting told today Frenkie De Jong's now interested in joining Man United. We're getting told today Frenkie De Jong is going out for dinner with Murtagh and Arnold. We're getting told today that Barcelona want that Frenkie De Jong deal done this week, and that actually, despite it all, despite all Barcelona's presidents saying they're not selling De Jong, blah, 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 it's been come out today that Barcelona are actually desperate to get rid of Frenkie De Jong. So I think things are massively going to happen. So make sure you subscribe as well. My view is that Martinez is a £40 million player max. I'll pay up to £45 million for Martinez just because he can play DM. And if we can't, I just think with us, I think if Martinez really pushes for that move, Ajax will give him, because Ajax said originally they'd take 40 million for Martinez, and we gave them that and they didn't. And it's because Ajax are just trying to get more and more and more and do Dortmund to us. But I think if Martinez actually starts pushing for the move, it will happen most desperately. Alice, here's why I think Ronaldo won't end up leaving the team. He's been linked to Bayern and Chelsea. Bayern said they're not interested. Bayern are not interested because they haven't got Lewandowski off their hands. Watch. When we get De Jong, but Barcelona will get Lewandowski, and then Bayern Munich will be in for him. I tell you that now. Bayern Munich will be in for Ronaldo once they get Lewandowski. They don't want him now. They might want him in 2 weeks because Lewandowski will. I mean, Lewandowski said he's leaving. If Lewandowski stays at Bayern, it'll be like, what? Like, he's literally announced his departure as well. We need defenders and midfielders more than attackers. I think we need an attacker because we've only got 3 if Ronaldo leaves. Literally 3 and a load of youth players. We need 1 attacker at least. We need Frenkie De Jong and a DM to go next to him. And we need a right back and a centre back. So I do agree. Someone's saying Jesus, great. I mean, Gabriel Jesus is a decent player, but next season we'll be able to judge who's got a better front three, United or Arsenal as well. CDM equals defensive midfielder. I just say CDM. I think it's because of FIFA, and I think a lot of people say it these days. I actually do want to get into a bit of other news as well. So Harry Maguire is Manchester United captain. I don't know how long it will last and all of that. But basically, I don't care. I think it's silly giving Maguire captaincy, considering that he couldn't control the dressing room. He was part of the problem last season. He couldn't control the leaks, and he was captain in our worst ever season. I think he shouldn't be captain. But it's Ten Hag's decision to keep Maguire as captain. And frankly, I don't care if Maguire's captain or not, because I know Ten Hag's got high standards. And I know if Maguire's playing shit and he's really shit, Ten Hag's not just going to play him because he's captain. I think under previous managers, Maguire plays week in, week out, no matter what. I think Ten Hag's the type of guy to be like, you're my captain, but I can drop you. If you're Ten Hag's made it clear, if you're not up to the standard, you'll drop him. I think that Ten Hag's gone with Maguire's captain because he's been here 2 weeks. He doesn't know the squad. He hasn't got anyone new in. Keeping Maguire's captain's a safe game because it keeps the dressing room happy and he doesn't want to cause a dressing room divide. So I 100% understand why he's kept Maguire's captain, because if Ronaldo's not coming back, it's between Maguire, De Gea and Bruno. I'd have given it to Bruno, but I think I generally think Maguire will only be captain for another year. I think next season, unless Maguire's brilliant next season, a brilliant leader, I think next season we'll see him actually choose a captaincy. Because I think if Sandro Martinez comes in, I think, Maguire, I don't think Maguire's a guaranteed starter next season if we get players in. But, we will have to wait and see. I don't think it was a good decision from Ten Hag. I think Harry Maguire being captain shows a low standard of you can be that shit and still be captain of United. But it's a new manager and he's allowed to make his decisions. And at the end of the day, I don't care. If he wants Maguire as captain, I'm happy. That's how I feel about it. Trust the manager. But, yeah, he was crap last season. I think with Ten Hag, he will drop Maguire if he's crap. In the interviews just before the tour, Eric Ten Hag said those will only play if they earn or deserve it, as it should be exactly. And also, one of the things Eric Ten Hag's doing that a lot of people don't realise is he's trying to boost the confidence and morale of the squad. The reason Eric Ten Hag is always out there publicly praising Maguire and saying he's a good player is because Maguire's confidence is probably rock bottom. Maguire's confidence is probably quite low, considering how crap he's been lately. And Eric Ten Hag probably just wants to get Maguire's confidence up. He's probably thinking, it doesn't matter how shit a player was last season. I'm going to speak positive of every Man United player, because Rangnick came out and spoke negative of Man United players and exposed them and called them out. And that made the dressing room even worse. That meant they didn't play for Rangnick. Ten Hag in his press conferences as a new manager, it doesn't matter how shit they were last season. It's a fresh season. Ten Hag's going to be very positive and very respectful about every Man United player, and even praise some of the shit ones. Because Ten Hag wants to build a good relationship with those players, so he's not going to start slagging them off. And Ten Hag wants to get their confidence up. So Ten Hag's obviously going to say Harry Maguire's a brilliant player and all of that. And fans will be triggered by Ten Hag saying that, but obviously he's going to say that because he wants to get confidence up. He wants to get morale up. He doesn't want to piss off a figure like Harry Maguire and cause a dressing room divide first week out in. You've got to get the respect of all the players, and to do that, you've got to bum lick them a little bit at the start and speak positive of them. And then if they start underperforming under you, that's when you drop them, and that's when all of that. But I think Rangnick, as much as we like Rangnick's press conference and all of that, Rangnick just went in brutal on Manchester United players, were like, the shit. Called them the problem, called them out. And, the Man United dressing room relationship with Rangnick completely broke down as well. Are we signing De Jong? I believe we will. I think Barcelona want to get this deal done this week. And I will say, I think De Jong could happen this week, but I think it could still drag on for a month because it's Man United. But I'm confident we'll get De Jong. I think it will finally start to happen. I think the fact that we're in Barcelona and the fact that De Jong is now interested in talking to Manchester United is a very positive indication that I think this deal will happen. But again, we do have to wait and see what happens, how it moves. But I'm positive that De Jong will happen. Obviously, if we don't get Lisandro Martinez, Pau Torres is our option as well. And I do like Pau Torres, but I do prefer Martinez because he can play as a DM as well. Some people say they don't want De Jong, and I can understand that. A player that's not been overly keen to come. But at the end of the day, Fabrizio Romano even said it today, it's not that De Jong doesn't want to come to United, it's that De Jong never wanted to leave Barcelona. It's not personal with United and all of that as well. It was also said from Fabrizio Romano that Barcelona will tell Frenkie De Jong, okay, now we need to find a solution. You reduce your salary or go, which is why Man United is still in for De Jong. The deal's not over. Barcelona are going to say to De Jong today, reduce your salary or you go. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. I think De Jong could likely reduce his salary. I think De Jong will unlikely reduce his salary considering he's already earned so much money already and he's already reduced his salary twice already. Very little times do players, take money over, do you know what I mean? Take football over money. I don't think De Jong will reduce his salary, and the only way De Jong can stay at Barcelona is if he reduces his salary. And I think that the fact that De Jong is going for dinner with United reportedly and is now interested in United reportedly says to me, I'm pretty confident the De Jong deal will happen. I have absolute confidence about it. If De Jong deal doesn't happen, you can just go and clip all my videos of me saying I think De Jong will happen. But I do think United will come to some kind of agreement with Barcelona this week. United might have to pay De Jong's wages or something. I don't know. I think personal terms will be agreed, and again, Paul Hirsch, reliable journalist, saying the reason these personal terms have been stalled is because of Barcelona, not United. I was worried that we hadn't agreed personal terms with De Jong because maybe De Jong didn't want to come. But we've been told from a top-tier journalist that De Jong is interested in joining United, but it's the fact that he wants money from Barcelona before he agrees personal terms as well. So I think, it's all, Barcelona is the reason we can't sell De Jong, and Barcelona want to sell De Jong. So I think now that Barcelona want to sell De Jong and want to sell him this week, things will start moving. Barcelona have the power with the De Jong situation, and now they've got RAPHINA. Now they need to register him and all of that. I think Barcelona will push for that. Frenkie De Jong's flex would be crazy to allow him to lower his wages and set that precedence for Frenkie De Jong going forward. Exactly. He'd have mug written over his forehead if he did that as well. Hayder says, Alice, watch this deal drag on to the end of the window. I'm hoping it'll be done this week because Barcelona want it done this week because Barcelona need that money to get other business done. But you're right. I thought it would be done a couple of weeks ago and it wasn't. The plan is to get it done this week, but with United, but it could go on to the end of the transfer window as well. None of our centre-backs are good enough for Sek Varane. I agree, and Varane's always injured, but if you get Martinez in, there's a little bit of competition as well. Look, guys, obviously Ten Hag did a press conference and all of that, and I spoke about that earlier. There's obviously lots to get into. It's also come out from Fabrizio Romano that Lisandro Martinez will push for a move to United immediately as well. And there's obviously reports about Ronaldo, blah, blah, blah. I will do a video tomorrow. Well, I'm doing a live stream tomorrow for Man U Liverpool, and I will do a match reaction. But I might be live this time tomorrow with Ronaldo news, Martinez news, the things Ten Hag said. I want to do a video on the clips of Sancho and Ronaldo, and not Sancho and Ronaldo, Sancho and Rashford linking up in training and Ten Hag and all of that. So I might do that as well. But I'm going to wrap up the live stream here because I've been live for a while. Sorry if I've been repeating myself. I feel like I've repeated myself a lot. This live stream, Barca need to pay Leeds this week, exactly why they want to get De Jong done. But I will be back tomorrow, so I will see you then. Thank you for watching.